So, you know, I was looking around the shop the other day and I was thinking, man, I could sure use a project. I just need another project to work on. So I found one. Caden's been wanting a dirt bike, and well, dirt bikes are expensive. So I found one that wasn't so expensive, but it came in a basket. And I gotta figure out how to get it going again. And hope that it's all there. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna break in here and give you just a little bit of backstory because I realized after I finished this video that I never explained what all I bought when I went to pick up this bike. I found this bike on Facebook Marketplace with the motor out of it and completely disassembled. And the guy said it came with a full rebuild kit, new crank, new bearings, piston, you know, everything you need to rebuild the motor and put it back in and have a running bike. In addition, the fella had a complete additional engine of a different year that was fresh and ready to go that he was selling separately. So I went there and checked out the bike, and I just made him an offer on all of it so that I could get it up and running easily and maybe sell an extra motor for a little extra money, or have an extra motor sitting on the shelf for when we blow this one up. Because I know how my boys are. They're just like me. But anyway, I'll show you what I got in this whole deal. This motor right here is actually an 03. The bike's an 01, but this motor here is an 03 that was complete except for a stator and flywheel. But it was pretty well ready to go, except it had been sitting a long time. So I went through that motor, as you'll see in the video, get it all put together and put that motor in the bike. Over here on the bench, I've got all the supplies to make another good motor. This one has rod knob and presumably bad bearings in the bottom end and all that. But I have everything here, including new crank and bearings and the whole works, to get this motor built. So, back to the video. So me and Caden got his bike home last night and got, he cleaned on it while I worked on the motor. This motor that they told us was good had been sitting for a long time. So I went ahead and cracked it open, checked everything out and oiled everything up real good, just to make sure that it was in shape and ready to roll. And then I put it back together and got it put in the frame, bolted up, filled her up with coolant, kind of did all the main things. The one missing piece that we had is this motor didn't have a stator on it. And the other motor that came with it that needs rebuilt, the stator had been broken. I don't think the guy that sold it to me probably even knew that it was broke, but I am going to try to repair that because I think that I can, but I also found one online and ordered it because I figured we still, even if I can repair the one, we only have one stator for the two motors. So figured I might as well go ahead and make a complete motor out of the second one if I can get them both to work. So I have got the stuff and I'm going to work on that stator and get it put in here, and we should be ready to check fire and give this thing a go. It's getting close. Pretty sweet little bike.
have to just kickstand.
No, get back. So come around here. I'm gonna show you how to lift it off of here. So you put one hand right here, and you put one hand in this little handle right here. Pick it up off the bucket. You don't have to pick up the whole bike. Leave the front end on the ground. Just pick up the back end and swing it off the bucket. There you go. Now, climb over. You got it. All right, so finally we got it figured out. I mean, I say finally, but I mean, we literally spent like an hour last night and 2 hours tonight finishing it up. The motor itself was a piece of cake. I got it all lined out and fixed, but the stator was not actually for this year of motor. And he had, the previous owner, I think, had tried to put it on there and the flywheel had broken it. Well, I didn't realize that's what had happened, so I fixed the stator, soldered it back together and put it on here, and I could see that the flywheel was rubbing. So I actually modified the stator so that it would fit without rubbing, and it worked, and it fired. So we went ahead and put gas in it and couldn't get it to start. So I pulled the carburetor back off, took it all apart and cleaned it, and I got it to start, but it was wanting to run away. And I had to use a kill switch to keep the revs down. And so I had missed one jet in the carburetor, and I took it out and cleaned it and blew it out, and the thing purrs like a kitten. It runs fantastic. So we are waiting on a clutch cable and clutch lever to come in the mail, and I got to put the chain on it. I didn't even bother putting the chain on because we don't have a clutch anyway. But the thing fires up and runs great. So Caden is going to have a lot of fun on this thing. Now, I have a mess to clean up, and I've got another motor to rebuild, but I've got all the parts for that. So I may tear into that here and get that motor put together next. But yeah, this was a fun little project for an evening, and Caden is gonna have a blast with this little bike. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.